Hey guys, today I'm going to be taking a look at this little nano quadcopter by Feilun. It's a Feilun FX133, which you can see here on the box it comes with. FX133, here's the model number. And it's not a bad little flyer. It's not a super sporty, but it's a decent little nano quadcopter. The flight time I get about 4 minutes and 20 seconds with about a 30-second LVC, so not a super long flight time, but about what you expect from these, nanos, or quite often have about that kind of a flight time. It has a built-in LiPo. I think it's 100 milliamp hours, as the website said. So you can't exchange a battery, but that's also pretty common on these nanos. It has an on and off switch, which I like. It has white LEDs here in the front and red in the rear, so pretty common with these little nanos like that. You're not going to have really bright LEDs, but good enough to help you with orientation, since you'll mostly be flying one of these in the house or your garage, something like that. But fairly well protected with the canopy on here, but if you remove this, I think you could probably extend the flight time to probably 5 minutes. It does come with a full set of spare props here, so if you ever throw a prop, and lose one, you got a spare, so that's nice. The charging cable is a USB charger, and it plugs in using one of these, as you can see, as a tab. So you have to put it, with the little ball thing here on the bottom. You connect it this way, and then plug it in and charge it up. The red light will come on, the red light will go off whenever it's finished. And that'll take you about a half an hour to charge it up. So like I said, about a 4 minute and 20 second flight time, so not too bad. The yaw does increase with the rates, and like I said, so is the pitch, of course. And like I said, you can't really do funnels and stuff with it. It's not super sporty, but it's certainly not a bad flyer by any means. Pretty typical for Feilun stuff, because Feilun usually makes some pretty good toy RC stuff. Let's go ahead and take a look at the controller. Now this is what I really like. This is a really nice controller, especially for a nano. You usually get one of those little peanut controllers. You get a full-size, very ergonomic and comfortable controller. The only thing I don't like is the buttons up here when you're flying, especially in your throttle. You have to kind of go up to hit the speeds. I would rather see maybe the speed rates on this side and the flips here, because you use the flips less often. So you have to sometimes, as I get a throttle, almost take my hand over here. It's a little easier, since it does not have altitude hold. And it's kind of weird. It says there's a land button and the auto orientation, which would be headless mode. You don't typically see a land on a quadcopter without altitude hold. The headless mode does work, but sometimes it's just these buttons are goofy. We'll see how it does in the flight review. But like I said, you can do 360 flips in the direction you want to go. It does 360 flips really nice. It's got 3 rates. So, if you want to get your sportiest rate, just get to your 3 beeps. You got your yaw and your pitch and your roll trims. So pretty standard, but it is well labeled and very comfortable. So of all the nanos and micros I've flown, I've never had one come with a controller this nice, especially for, I think it's under $20. To calibrate the gyros, you go down and out. These sticks, it's a little bit harder to do that, but you can get to do it. It also just calibrates it when you power it up. Pretty comfortable, though. If you're a pincher, you're going to have trouble with this because they're not very long. See, I can't even do it. So you got to be a thumb flyer or be capable of thumb flying. If you're a pincher, this is probably not going to work with you unless you have some way of extending the gimbal sticks, which I don't think, there's no way to do that easily without some sort of a mod. So I think that covers everything. There's not a lot to cover with this little drone, so let's go ahead and we'll move along now to the flight review. Alright guys, let's take the Feilun FX133 up for a test flight. It is extremely hot here. It's almost 100 degrees. Just unbearable outside. So I'm going to do a flight review here in my house. Should be easier to see the drone up close here in my house anyway. I expect the cats are going to go crazy over this, so I apologize if they're going nuts. They're probably going to chase it. Might make for an interesting review. Hopefully this house is not too cluttered. My kids are very sloppy. But let's go ahead and we'll take it up here. Shouldn't be a very long test flight since it only gets about 4 minutes of flight time. Let's go ahead and take it up and show you how it flies. And set it down. Let's go ahead and take it up. Now that's the lowest rate. There's the yaw. For these full manual without altitude hold, it's easy to kind of give it throttle when you're trying to do the yaw. Let's go up in speed. Increase a little bit on the yaw, and increase a little bit more. It's not a whole lot. That's the highest rate. You can see 3 beeps. But it's much sportier. It's probably not all getting in the video here. I apologize. I'm trying to keep it out in front of me. Not used to really doing a review in such a confined area. Let's see if we can take it over here in my hallway. Here we got a little more room. There's one of the cats. They're definitely interested in it. Let's see if we can do some 360 flips here. We got a little more clearance. And do ahead and do a left one. Flips really nice, you can see. Let's do a backwards flip. Bump into the wall. Prop guards work really well. As you can see, I'll bump into the wall. It just bounces off of it. As long as you don't hit it too hard. If you hit it too hard, it's going to lose its, balance. It's going to, as you could say, and it's going to crash. Nice flips. Really nice. I'm going to hit that land button. See, I hit the land button. It's beeping and it's doing nothing. Now it looks like it is going to land. Other times I've had trouble and it kind of gone up into the ceiling. So I guess that does work. Yeah, you have to cancel. That's really weird because I've never seen a land button on a non-altitude hold drone. I mean, obviously it's just going to keep decreasing the throttle. I'm not exactly sure how it detects the floor. It could be that, something with the gyro or something. But let's do that again. I'm going to just keep holding the throttle in the middle. And let's see, it is coming down. See, sometimes it wanted to rise, so you have to go ahead and cancel that. And it turns off its motors. Well, let's try that again. There's the cat's gonna... Maybe I just killed the motors myself. It just takes a long time to land. So my previous test flight, I didn't have as good a luck. There it's coming down. Yeah, and it cuts the motors. So you just go ahead and hit the land again to stop the beeping. So that's actually pretty cool. So disregard what I said about the land. Like I said, I didn't have as good a luck with it. Maybe I was just a little impatient because it doesn't come directly down. It takes it about maybe 10 seconds or so before it lands itself. So these buttons do work. The headless mode, I've had, I was able to do that. Of course, it confuses the heck out of me because I don't like headless mode. I know it's easier for a beginner, but boy, it gets confusing whenever you change your orientation. You're used to, flying without it. See if we can do a flip here with a little less room. Is it already on low battery? Let's try it. Yeah. There we're getting the flashing lights. See, this review is going really quick because the battery, the flight time is not that great. So you cannot do flips. That happened to me earlier when I was test flying. You can't do flips, see, whenever it's low battery. That's common because the battery doesn't have the juice to recover from a flip. So there it's going to come on down to the ground and it cuts its motor. So overall, not a bad little drone. Not the greatest flight time, but the land feature does work. And I didn't think it did. The table review because I tested it and ended up flying into the ceiling or something, but it could have just been pilot error on my end. So overall, I have to highly recommend this because the buttons do work here. Land and headless mode. It does great 360 flips. It flies really smooth. It doesn't have the fastest yaw, but that's not always a bad thing for a beginner. So I really like it, and I absolutely love the controller. So, under $20. I thought it was like 18 bucks. I'm not exactly sure. There may have been some shipping costs on there. I say this is definitely a win. I definitely recommend this. If you're interested, there's a purchase link in the description to Hobbyinrc. If you're not familiar with Hobbyinrc, they're a new website, but they're not a new company. They're owned by Lightake. Lightake a good vendor, has been around for a while. So just if you're a little bit reluctant to buy from them, you don't hesitate because Lightake a good company. So, guys, that should wrap up this review of the Feilun FX133. Got some more drones coming. I got the Altel Evo coming. I went ahead and bit the bullet and ordered that. So can't wait to get that reviewed. So stay tuned for more reviews, guys. Be sure to click the subscribe button and the bell to notify when there are new reviews up so you don't miss a video. And have a good day, guys.
The power of the dark side.